Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, protest action in Roseau demanding accountability for alleged missing CBI money. Questions over the origin of a report praising the CBI program, and a €20 million agreement with a UK university over reparations. The details coming up.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
UWP Senator Ronald Charles is extending a call by the leader of the opposition for greater accountability and transparency in the management of funds generated under the Citizenship by Investment program. The UWP's Roseau Valley candidate spoke to Channel 5 News during an ongoing protest he held in the city on Tuesday.
This is time for Dominicans to come out and understand that if and when we have people responsible for governance of this country, it is important that they account for everything. As long as you are in charge of it, you have to be able to account for it. And the circumstances are simple. Our opposition leader, Mr. Lennox Linton, made the observation at least about 3 weeks ago now in Parliament. And he made the observation that is reasonable, that, hey, there appears to be something wrong with the whole accountability as it relates to the CBI program. And therefore, there's a lot of time given to the government to come out and explain and tell people what is really going on, because this is grassroots information. This is what our people need to know. Our people need to know that when you give the government a responsibility to do what they have to do, they have to be accountable.
This was his second day out in the streets, and Charles says he plans to continue.
So that is what it is. We'll continue to be there. The reason why we have to continue to be here, even if it means on a shift basis, even if it means on a short period of time, but we have to get the message out there that we have the answer. We need the answer to our question. And we'll continue to stand there. Yesterday, because of I think people have different things to do and so. And the message is clear again. This is for every individual, every Dominican to understand the same way I feel, and it's a willingness that they have to come here and do what they have to do as a person, as an individual. All right? And that is why we are sure that we need to get our answers. We have to get answers as it relates to that. And this will continue as long as God gives me the guidance, the strength, and energy to do so. The Prime Minister keep diverting people's minds and running away from the issue. The issue is this. Look it. That is the issue. This is the issue here. Where is the money? And we need to know.
Charles says holding the protest in the shadow of the monument of the Negmao was strategic. The monument pays homage to Negmao chiefs such as Bala, Jacko and Farcel, who lost their lives in the battle against slavery. Meantime, Senior Counsel Anthony Astephen says continuing efforts by the opposition UWP suggesting CBI money is unaccounted for is a farce. Mr. Astephen says the actions of the United Workers' Party opposition has not indicated any genuine interest in finding the facts about the CBI program.
If there was any legitimate interest in any issue concerning the CBI, why did it take them 4 years, 5 years to make the allegation without a single question in the parliament from any member of the opposition? A question from the minister responsible for citizenship and or finance. 2, why is it that the Public Accounts Committee has not sat since March 2015? Why is it that the leader of the opposition in his previous budgets did not raise any question about the respective and the different options under the CBI, whether it be the real estate, the approved project, or the direct investment in the Economic Diversification Fund? Why? Why? Because there is nothing to question. Everybody has seen the gazettes, or should see the gazettes. Everyone sees the houses that have been disclosed publicly as being constructed under the CBI program. Everybody sees the hotels, if not in real time via video. So everybody knows what's happening in this country, but they wait until an election year budget to spring this deceptive con job on the people of this country.
Astephen says Dominica is the only country which publishes the names of successful CBI applicants.
The investments to be paid under the various funds and the fees to be paid to the government are published in the Gazette, regulations approved by the Parliament. And more importantly, independent institutions like PricewaterhouseCoopers have done a review of the Citizenship by Investment Program. The Financial Times, in association with Professional Management, so on, whatever the name is, have for the last 3 to 4 years given Dominica the highest marks for the CBI ranking in terms of transparency and in terms of accountability and in terms of due diligence. And nothing Mr. Linton says and those clowns will say, those other members of the Parliament will say, can change those facts.
And the Caribbean to benefit from a €20 million agreement with a United Kingdom-based university. This Memorandum of Understanding was signed between the University of the West Indies and the University of Glasgow in the United Kingdom on the 31st of July. This is the first ever agreement for slavery reparations since British emancipation in 1838. UWI Vice-Chancellor Sir Hilary Beckles says this is a powerful gesture by the University of Glasgow.
The Vice-Chancellor and his research team, led by my colleague Dr. David Duncan, have responded in a principled and purposeful manner to the evidence unearthed and presented in their report. They have not done as many universities with a similar engagement with slave-produced wealth have done, that is, to research and run. Research and run has indeed become the norm for many universities in Britain, Europe, and North America. Rather than stand and plan, they research and run. Not so with the University of Glasgow. It has provided for a partnership with the University of the West Indies, which is cast within a framework of reparatory justice for victims of slavery and colonization.
The terms of the agreement call for the University of Glasgow to provide €20 million to fund research to promote development initiatives to be jointly undertaken with the UWI over the next 2 decades. This institution has been named the Glasgow Caribbean Centre for Development Research.
The intention of the MOU is to be as honest as we can about the past, but also to be forward-looking, to respect the different experiences that we've had historically, but also to establish a true partnership. So for us, this is a question about how we address the past. We can't go back and change it, but we can engage, as Sir Hilary said, in a programme of reparative justice, which I suppose goes some way to repair it or to atone for it, and also has a positive benefit looking forward. The programme of activities that we've identified includes awareness raising in the UK and internationally, scholarships for students from minority ethnic backgrounds, further research on slavery and its consequences, and of course, as you've already heard, collaboration with the University of the West Indies and other institutions around the world in countries affected by slavery.
You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
If you're HIV positive or have an STI, having unprotected sex with multiple partners puts them in grave danger. You'll expose every partner and their present and future partners to HIV or another STI. Use a condom every time you have sex. You can live a productive life even if diagnosed with HIV. Remember, early detection is key to your survival. Be responsible, protect yourself and others. Help stop the spread of HIV and other STIs.
Helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Leader of the parliamentary opposition, Lennox Linton, raising questions about the legitimacy of a report on Dominica's CBI program commissioned by CS Global Partners. On its website, CS Global Partners is billed as a legal consultancy firm specializing in citizenship and residence solutions. CS Global Partners promotes and develops the citizenship by investment programs of St. Kitts and Nevis, Grenada, and Dominica. The report at the center of the controversy praises the good use of CBI funds and the long-term impact on the island, but the report emerges in the midst of questions by the EWP over CBI money.
CS Global is the marketing firm that has a sweetheart deal with this current administration, under which it picks up hundreds of millions of dollars, under which it has picked up hundreds of millions of dollars over that period, 2013-14 to 2018-2019, from the sale of Dominica's passports in commissions. It has an over-the-top commission on every single passport sold. Regardless of which agent sells it, CS Global gets its commission, which over the period of this report amounts to hundreds of millions of dollars. What does the report tell us? This report, Matt, is dated the 19th of August, yesterday. It is said to be based on interviews and visits that PricewaterhouseCoopers people made here in July. We had a budget debate in July. One of the matters that emerged in the budget debate had to do with the underreporting of the citizenship revenues for the very same year, 2018-2019. Does the report address that? No, it does not. This report from Pricewaterhouse is more reason why we need to get to the bottom of what is going on. Dominica's money from the sale of citizenships, passports under the CBI program needs to be resolved. There is too much money that the public is being told it must not worry about, it does not need to know about because we're building houses.
Senior Counsel Anthony Astafan says it's not surprising that the opposition is questioning the PricewaterhouseCoopers report commissioned by CS Global Partners.
Let's take the Professional Wealth Management and the Financial Times publication first. They've been doing an annual review every single year for the last how many years? In the last 3 years, Dominica has come out number one, last 3 to 4 years. That could not possibly have been done within a week, because in any event, these are professional institutions that have their reputations to protect. Secondly, just read the Pricewaterhouse report. Just reflect on how professionals work. They would have had to meet with whoever the client was. They would have had to request information. They would have had to get copies of the information. They would have had to study the information. They would have had to verify the information, and they would have to put out their report. Once again, the United Workers' Party, whether it's Lennox Linton or whoever, is questioning the integrity of an independent financial institution that is regulated by whatever international rules and regulations and tribunals for accountability and professionalism in the thing. Every time any organization, however independent, whether it's the IMF, the World Bank, the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, the governor of the central bank, anytime any responsible, respective international or regional institution says something positive about the country, the horses go wild on the other side of the fence, and they cast every conceivable aspersion.
Astafan says any suggestion that the Pricewaterhouse report on CBI was timed is absurd, as it would have required prior knowledge by the Prime Minister that the opposition leader would be making the allegations he did in his budget response. The PricewaterhouseCoopers report says CBI expenditure will have had a significant long-term impact on Dominica's economic potential. And 1 year after the withdrawal of Ross University from Dominica, the people of Portsmouth are said to be coming to terms with the new reality. Here's Andrea Louis with a report.
The Ross University School of Medicine opened its doors in Dominica in 1978 and 40 years later departed the country. Ross was seen as a major revenue generator in the town of Portsmouth, and economic activity from that school population extended to other northern communities and the country on a whole. 1 year after the school left the country's shores, Mayor of Portsmouth, Titus Francis, says the Portsmouth residents are adjusting to the new environment.
Obviously, when you have a situation like that, there's always a sense of hopelessness, despair, and people are frantic because, I mean, Ross actually formed part of the livelihood of the town of Portsmouth, you know. But 1 year since, for sure people have come to accept what you might call the inevitable, and as a result of that, the landlords, employees who were laid off or made redundant, as the case may have been, and the general local business community have come to accept that that's a fact of life, and in most of those cases have made adjustments.
There has been other economic activity in Portsmouth which has helped to cushion the blow of Ross's departure.
What we've seen is with the onset of all the construction, reconstruction of homes and the expansion of the tourism industry in Portsmouth with the hotels that are going up, we've seen an influx of regional nationals, foreign nationals if you want to call them, and a lot of them are now occupying some of the vacant apartments that were initially used up by Ross students and faculty. So that kind of adjustment, that's what I'm referring to, people have been able to pick up some kind of income.
In addition to property owners now being able to rent apartments, those who were made redundant have also found new avenues of employment.
A lot of people have created employment for themselves, taking the opportunities. Like we never see that one door closed actually opens up another one, but given the withdrawal of Ross, there's a lot of small businesses with people opening up their own little initiatives and so on. In addition to that, I mean, a number of the employees who were laid off at Ross, they belong to that group I just referred to, and many of them are also employed otherwise. So it's like an opportunity lost, but another one has presented itself.
Prime Minister Skerrit has announced that there is an entity interested in operating a medical school on the premises once occupied by Ross University.
And the establishment of a permanent Creole network is on the cards for Dominica. We go again to Andrea Louis for more.
This is among the tangible end products of the 3rd UE Open Campus Country Conference titled Creole as Cultural Heritage, Framing, Strengthening and Advocating. Senior lecturer at the University of Bedfordshire in the United Kingdom, Violet Coffey, who is Dominica by birth, spearheaded this project in collaboration with the UE Open Campus and the Comité Poétique Creole KEC.
We're looking at the project outcomes. So one of it that came out of the group was the fact that this should not be a one-off. So we've started to talk about how we will shape future conferences coming out of the Creole network, because we would like to establish a permanent network where we can meet to debate, discuss, be a center of research around Creole themes, collaborate with other international Creole-speaking countries, because we had quite a few of them taking part in the event here, as far as Seychelles, as I said, and across the Caribbean we had persons joining us either online or in person. So there's a big demand for this not to be a one-off.
Apart from the Creole network, several suggestions have come about on how to document and showcase the results of the country conference.
So we're looking at an international network. We're looking at producing an edited volume of the papers that were presented through a publisher in the UK, where I'm based. We're also having a meeting this evening because we've had a call out for photographers. And what we're going to also do is use the photographs that we've had, as well as new ones that we hope they will submit, and produce a photographic volume as well, a photographic representation of our Creole. And the young people themselves are quite enthused and want to be in the loop, so we have to decide how we're going to embrace the youth, take on board some of the ideas, and rope them into the network that we'll be establishing.
Coffey would also like to see country conferences such as these be rotated among other Creole-speaking countries.
This is the ideal academic model for conferences. You move the conferences around the countries that would be involved in the network, and we have quite a few countries within the Latin America and the Caribbean that have Creole backgrounds who are already involved in this initial project. So that's, I think, a no-brainer really. As a Dominican living in Dominica and having the opportunity to get grant funding, I applied for the funding to focus on Dominica. But it soon became much bigger than me and much bigger than Dominica. And I think it would be a shame not to respond to the international demand that we're getting.
The Arts and Humanities Research Council in the United Kingdom sponsored this conference as part of a wider cultural project. Funding comes to an end in December this year. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. Protest action in Roseau demanding accountability for alleged missing CBI money. Questions over the origin of a report praising the CBI program, and a €20 million agreement with a UK university over reparations. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You may access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.